Star Gossage, He Tangata The People, developed by the New Zealand Portrait Gallery, Te Pūkenga Whakaata, showcases the immense contribution Star Gossage, Ngāti Wai, Ngāti Ruanui, has made to New Zealand figurative painting from a kaupapa Māori perspective. Star paints from memory, looking to her environment and her personal experiences to create emotional paintings. They capture the wairua, the spirit of the land, and the relationship that women have with the whenua, the land. She is strongly influenced by the colours in the landscape where she lives, and the themes which appear repeatedly in her work are those of aroha and rangamarie, peace. The figures in her work appear as dreamy and spiritual beings, adding a beautiful atmosphere to her work that leaves you calmly contemplating their stories. Let's start making. We'll start with some basic pastel techniques. Use the sheet below. It's part of the Star Gossage Exhibition Art Activity Pack available at the Sarjeant Gallery over summer, or draw up your own sheet to practice some basic pastel techniques. We're going to start by blending two colours together. Choose one colour to start at the left and then another to start on the right and slowly go towards them. I always go a little bit lighter with the pressure on the paper as I head towards the middle, and then you can use the two colours to blend them together. Does it change colour in the middle? Then you can start the next one. So again, choose a colour and then on one side add white on the other, and again slowly blend them together into the middle. The amount of pressure you apply to your pastel has quite a different effect. So if you go lightly, it's quite different than when you press hard. Now we're going to add black to a colour. So start with a colour. I've chosen green, and now I'm going to add black and see what happens as I blend the two together. What happens to the colour green? Now we're going to add a dark colour over a light colour. So I've chosen a light colour yellow, and I'm going to add blue over top and see what happens. I'm also going to try it with red. See what happens if red goes over top of the yellow. What changes? Then a light colour over a dark colour. Is this going to work? So start with a dark, I've done a black there, and I'm going yellow over top. Now we're going to do some sgraffito. So I'm going to start with a light colour first, I've chosen yellow, and then put darker colours over top. Again, any colours you like, just put them over top. You can mix them, you can make them go black if you like. And then I'm using an ice block stick, but you can use anything kind of pointy, scratch into the pastel and reveal the light colour underneath. So you can do lots of different types of marks. Then stippling. Stippling is doing lots of little dots, and then you're adding other colours into the dots, and you can kind of show that the colour changes slowly instead of blending, but you're doing it with little dots. So that's stippling. We can do squiggles, and squiggles is exactly what it says. It's just little squiggle patterns, and again mixing them together, so you can kind of do another way of blending, but it's kind of showing a bit more texture. Now smudging, or kind of blending as well, you can do it with your finger, so you can start with your pastel and then go lighter, or you can use a tissue or a little paper towel, and you can use that to rub it if you don't want it on your fingers. And you can blend colours together, or you go from dark to light. So here you've learned a range of different techniques. They're quite simple techniques, but they'll help you to make a beautiful work later on. In this painting, can you see how Star has used different brush strokes to create different marks and textures in her work? Can you make similar marks using your pastels? Have a look at the different colours she has used and how she has blended them together to make new colours. Can you do that using your pastels? Star's work can have a beautiful dreamy feeling to it. What has she done to make them look dreamy? Things to think about before starting your work. What is going to be in your artwork? Are you going to make a portrait? Or will you draw a group of people? Who are these people going to be? Are they you? Are they your family, friends, or people you have never met? What colours are you going to use in your work? Are you going to limit your colours to just warm colours, reds, browns, oranges and yellows? Or cold colours, blues, greens, greys? Or are you going to use lots of different colours? This is what I chose to do. I just started kind of using my pastels on the side and just to create a background, a bit of a scene. I wanted a bit of a foresty scene and at night time. So I'm just kind of playing with it, smudging it as well, using those little techniques that we were playing with before. So I've got squiggly lines, kind of long stripy lines, long ones for the grass there, haven't I? And again, I'm using my tissue here to just kind of smudge it in between. I just kind of want it to have that kind of soft blended look at the moment. I wasn't sure what to do in the foreground, so I thought I'm going to use my white piece of paper and I'm just going to check and just try out some ideas. And I just want it for on the grass area in my picture. So I'm just having a little bit of a play. Do I like that? Not really. Let's try something else. So again, it's just a little bit like a test really, if it's going to work or not work. See if I can do a large face in it, then bending down. Or maybe a bird, or a ruru, a flying owl. Maybe I'll go for the flying owl. So I'm just going to draw over top of the pastel in my pencil, and then I'm using my popsicle stick just to scratch back into it, start adding different pastels and lightening up areas and darkening areas. Again, use all those little techniques that we tried out right at the beginning. And I'm smudging it in. And again, it's just about trying to figure out what you like and what you don't like. There's a few spots here and there that I didn't like, and I used my popsicle stick to scratch it back a little bit, add a bit of different colour onto it. So it's got kind of lots of layers really. And then I use my pencil again as well to draw back in here and there. And just keep working on it until you're happy with it. Then have a look at the whole picture and have a look to see if there's any particular areas that need a little bit more attention. Maybe some parts need to be darker, some parts might need to be lighter, or add a bit more texture here and there. So once you think you're done, then you can just stop. But it's good to have a little look. Sometimes it's nice to pick up your picture and actually take it to a mirror and having a look at it in the reflection of the mirror and to see, does this look right? Just for a different view. I hope you have lots of fun creating your own work. Ka kite.